Hey everyone, it's Jenny McFadden here. How are you? Coming from Sydney. It's a bit cool this morning, but I'm sitting outside just because it's nice. I hope it's not too glary. Hope you can see me okay. So today I'm here to day 5 of the Live Your Inner Truth Challenge. So today what I want to talk about is those days and nights, the days that you've spent in turmoil, the nights that you've had sleeplessness, where it's been caused by your thinking. Going around and around, you find yourself going around in a loop, it's keeping you awake, and you've just got this mind that is running over the day's events, thinking about what's going to happen tomorrow, thinking about what's been said or done recently, or even way in the past. People, I know, I'm sure you've experienced this yourself. Things from the past come back and you run them through, and they just keep going around and around. And why is that? So why do we do that, and why do we get stuck? It's a good question, right? Since we're intelligent beings and we've got this capacity to have this fantastic brain that is much more higher functioning than a lot of the other animal world, why is it that it gets stuck, and what can we do about it? And what I've come to understand, that it's whilst that we experience this on a sort of physical level as a cognitive issue, actually what's underlying it is something else, and that's what I want to talk about today, and that's what I want to give you some insight on. And if you're listening, open your comment box, say what you're thinking about what I'm saying, give me a thumbs up or a heart if you happen to be live. So I've been thinking about this, and I've been thinking about, what are we actually doing? What we're actually doing is looking for a solution, right? We're trying to find some sort of balance. What we're experiencing is some kind of out of balanceness. We're looking to find, where's the balance again? How can I find the thoughts, the way for me to re-experience the alignment and the peace that I'm looking for, because that's what's keeping us awake. And when I say that, it's not about, not all sleeplessness or overthinking, particularly sleeplessness is caused by this. So there are other reasons, but where you are overthinking. Because what it really is a symptom of inner conflict, right? So we're running something through that's has not been in alignment with us. Something we might have said, we're worrying about, should I have said this? Should I have said something else? What if I'd said something else? Would that have changed it? And so we're looking for a way to sort of find the control thought, or the way for us to get back in balance, so that you can get to sleep and you can stop thinking about it. You can get out of this loop that gets created. And I said in one of my other videos that there's a wise person who once said, I think it was Einstein it's credited to, which is, you can't solve a problem with the same thinking that created it. And it's an interesting thought that maybe one of the reasons we have this loop is because we don't have a new way to think about this issue. We've got a certain way that we process, we've got a certain way that we think that has become habitual, and we don't have new questions or new ways of thinking about it that lead us in a different direction, give us a different perspective, and enable us to get out of that loop and move on and let go. So partly that's what I want to talk about, and I'm also going to provide you with a solution for it as well. So one of the things I know that happens is what most people do, and I say this because I do it too, is that when we're experiencing this thought turmoil, this inner conflict, is what we typically do is we look outside ourselves for a solution. So typically most of us will look for what's causing it outside of me. In other words, what has a person said or done, what event has happened, and we try to change those things first. So it's very much an external focus, and I think we all do that at first. And so we will usually we're overthinking ways about, what if I had said something or different? What about if I do this tomorrow? What about if, what if I ask this person to do that, and I tell them that this is what I need, and I try to reinvent my life and the world to make it show up the way I want. And so typically that's the first step. And the problem with that is most of us are not very successful, because mostly those things are not in our control. So we can, to some degree, have an impact on when we talk to someone, or when we try to shift an event, have something be the way we want it to be. Sometimes it turns out But mostly it doesn't, because that isn't where our control lies. And I think that's the, the biggest issue, is that's why the thinking keeps going around and around, is because we're not feeling in control. We're looking for it, we're looking for the balance, we're looking for the peace, but whilst we keep looking for it outside ourselves, we stay out of balance, because typically it's not a way that we can, it's something, not things that we can actually directly control. So we don't find an answer, we don't find a solution. So, but what is it that's actually driving us? Like, what's behind it? And a little like Star Trek, I'm a bit of a Trekkie fan, is we have a prime directive. And the prime directive in Star Trek is sort of a crucial regulation for them not to intervene in other people's, in other civilizations. But we have a prime directive as well. Our prime directive comes from our soul. So what's really keeping us awake at night is our soul saying, you're not in balance about this. It's not in alignment with who you really are. Something is not in alignment with who you know yourself to be. And what we're really doing is looking for that alignment. We're looking for, who am I to know that whatever I do or say or how this works out, I stay in balance because I know who I am. And I know who I can be, and that's what I'm in control of. And so this inner push is your soul energy, this signature energy, this uniqueness of you, that is asking you to find where is the alignment in yourself. And the way that we experience that is through our thoughts and emotions, through what we do and what we think, through our physical body. It all is part of the one process. We're living in a human existence, and in some way that's why we're here, right? That's really what we're here, is to have this experience. That's that saying that, we're a soul having a physical experience, or a spirit having a physical experience. And so we have to experience it at this level, and so we need ways to be able to deal with it at this level as that energy comes through. So there's this calling, there's this understanding for you to want to try to get back in balance at a really spiritual soul level. So when you're in alignment, when you start to feel like the world is good, that I feel at peace, I feel aligned, I feel joy, love, balance, that's when you know you're fully aligned. And I'm sure if I asked you, you could remember a time when that was, when you just felt that I'm like completely on track here, this is where I'm meant to be. It could have been when you met someone that was your kind of, soul partner. It could have been in a job that you really loved. It's like somehow your body, your soul, and you picked it up and you knew, I'm in alignment. And that's what you're looking for when you're awake at night, when you're thinking, during the day, running through. That's the thing that you're looking for, is where is that alignment? And that's what I'm here to do, is to help you with that in a practical way, because that's one of the things I've experienced in the spiritual world. Is there's a lot of spiritual speak, which I find really interesting, but then when it comes down to it, I don't know what to actually do. There's not a practical strategy for living that in this physical reality, with thoughts that connect with feelings that are our way, our signals, with our body that's telling us things, through this sixth sensory, let's include intuition, through this sixth sensory world. And so, we experience that this peace that we're looking for, it's not just an individual thing, it's a collective thing. And I'm pretty sure that right now in the world, about the peace that isn't happening in the world. And at some level, all of us are responsible for that. Well, at all levels, we all are. So if you're experiencing an out of balanceness and a not peacefulness yourself, I want to help you find it, because when you find yours, you contribute to the world being at peace as well. And that's a responsibility we all have. So there's a greater energy going on here. There's a collective consciousness. There's a connected consciousness that is really, really important. And I know you know what I'm talking about. If you're a woo-woo woman, you connect with what I'm saying. So when you find that inner truth, what you actually find is freedom. When you find the inner truth, and that's what this challenge is about, is finding your inner truth. And now I know that we would say that we are all love, and I agree completely with that. The experience of living here is we have a lot of choices about how we find that alignment, what we call it, how we express it, the thoughts that help us find it, so that we can actually come back to that inner truth. I'll say it's here because that's where it feels like it is, right? And the way we have to do that is start by looking at our thoughts. Yesterday, or in one of my other videos, yesterday I talked about how to bring yourself back in a way that uses meditation, in a way that uses Qigong, that focuses on bringing your physical body and your alignment with spirit through the breath. Today is about how do you get your thoughts in alignment. What are the questions you can ask yourself that will bring yourself back to alignment? And that's what I've prepared. So I've talked about the monkey mind, and that's what overthinking is. Overthinking is this continual thought process that we just find so hard to get out of because we're still trying to use the same thoughts to fix it or to solve it with the ones that created it. So here's where I come in. So I prepared something, a guidebook that I've called Monkey Mind Mastery. And what it is a set of questions. I'm going to tell you what to do. I'm going to ask you and help you solve it from the inside out. Like I said, most of us are looking out there for solutions. It's actually in here. I'm going to have a drink. Hold on. So this 7 steps is a way for you to break that cycle. These are some questions that you... there's a series of questions, and one leads from the other to the other in order to guide you back from where you've been looking for an external solution back to the internal. So it takes you from out here gradually back into where you know yourself to be is. Where is your I am? Where is, you know, this sense of being in alignment with yourself, that no matter what happens, no matter what you've done, no matter, you know, what is going to happen, you can come from a place that is balanced, and you just know, and I say this from experience, I've been teaching this for many years, and it's absolutely powerful. I use it all the time myself. I've been using it since the mid-90s with all my clients, and it's one of the most powerful strategies to get you out of where you've been overthinking and it's then held you stuck. And so it takes you through the 7 set of questions, and at the end what you'll feel is clear-headed. You'll be reconnected with your heart, and you'll have a step, a practical step, a real worldly step that you can take that begins to step you out of the loop that you have been in. So it looks at your thoughts, and it looks at the thoughts that will support the feelings you want to be having, the person you want to be in the world, because this is what you've got control of. Let's bring it back to the inside of you. So I'm going to provide a link so that you can download it. Yes, just put your email address in so I can keep in touch with you, send you other videos and things that I'm doing, and it will be sent to you automatically. If the link's not there, I'm going to put that at the end. And what that will do is it brings you back into alignment, into asking the questions that will get you to focus back inwards to your soul contact, to your contract, to your prime directive. Back to the peace and balance that you're looking for. Thanks for the heart, whoever sent me that. Was that Juliet? So that's what I want to do. That's what these questions are designed to do. It's free. It's absolutely amazing, totally powerful, and it will be the first step. It might not solve the whole of your problem, right? But being able to get out of that loop and have a new perspective, a new perception, a new way of connecting with yourself is the way out of it. And then you will be back with your inner truth. You will be back with not what other people want you to do, not what you think you should do, and not what you should say, or how that you're going to get approval from other people. It'll bring you back to the alignment of knowing your inner truth, and that is connected with your soul. So say yes to the universe. Say yes to being in alignment with yourself. Get some better sleep. Be free, be happy, be peaceful, follow your inner GPS, and listen to your soul. And that's your mission. And today the challenge to you is to download Monkey Mind Mastery, read through the questions, and actually go through them yourself. It takes me too long to go through them on here, so go through them in the privacy of your own home. I'll give you some examples. I'll give you some examples as you go through. And I'd love to hear what you think of it. I love to get your feedback. You can email me. You can also book a session to talk with me if that floats your boat. And I look forward to your comments. Hello, Loz. Looking forward to watching the rest. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for tuning in. And thanks, Juliet. Thanks for being here live. Good to see you. And I think that's all I've got to say. I'll post a link at the end of this so that you can download Monkey Mind Mastery. And it's something that you can use all the time. And as I said, it may not solve every problem, but it's going to get you out, and then it's going to take you on the next step. I mean, life is a journey. It's always about the journey, the unfolding. That's the beauty of life. Okay, so I wish you a happy day from Sydney here. It's a bit grey, a little bit cold, but life is beautiful, right? Thanks for joining me. See you soon. Bye.